Hello everyone, we are Group 3 and we are doing a research on a game called Stargrove Scramble. Stargrove Scramble is an online platform game where players throw eggs at enemies and traverse through 3 different worlds, each with 4 stages that are unlocked progressively. During our usability test, participants were asked to complete the first stage of World 1 to learn the basic traversal and combat systems that were used throughout the game. In our previous heuristic evaluation, the team has identified these 3 critical issues. The game lacked a customizable control button and an accessible interface due to its color contrast and typography choices. It lacked a clear tutorial walkthrough for users to familiarize themselves to the game system, and a user manual that's outside of the game, which adds on to the difficulty when learning the controls. Our findings from the heuristic evaluation revealed issues revolving around the game's learnability and adaptability for new players. Our 3 research questions are: how learnable are the game mechanics and systems? How does the level of challenge match with the player's competencies? How well do the game's help and documentation support players when they get stuck? Our test sessions were recorded over Zoom, with 15 minutes of gameplay followed by a 10 minutes post-test interview. During the game session, we asked follow-up questions at each checkpoint to gain an insight into their immediate thought processes without impacting their game experiences. A total of 4 participants were recruited for our test and were people around us but outside of the class to make sure that they can answer questions naturally without prior knowledge in game researches. They are in their mid-20s and each has varying game experiences to make sure that we capture a diverse response.
Our top 3 issues were CLA 1, Clear Elements, Presentation and Differentiation; Objective 2, Objective Requirements, Benefits and Outcomes Clearly Conveyed; and Learn 2, Incremental and Timely Learning.
Moving to the major issue section, our user research identifies 3 main issues, all prevalent in our heuristic evaluation. The first critical issue is clear element presentation and differentiation, which significantly impacts core gameplay and player progression. Our findings show that participants constantly struggled to understand primary and secondary elements in the game. Many didn't realize that eggs and candies serve the same function, leading to inefficient use of the candy machine. Additionally, there was confusion linking egg inventory to candy availability and challenging in differentiating between secondary elements, enemies, and checkpoints. These findings highlight the needs for enhanced visual clarity and explicit explanation to improve player understanding and engagement.
Our second issue was Objective 2, in which objective requirements, benefits, and outcomes were not clearly conveyed to players. From A2 heuristic evaluation and A3 usability test, we discovered that the benefits and outcomes of elements such as stars were not understood by players. For instance, players would initially collect stars without knowing the purpose behind them, but eventually were only motivated to collect stars that were easy to obtain in their path, or stopped collecting stars altogether as it progressed in the game. We deemed this issue as critical because having an unclear objective would impact how players understand the inventory core game system and leave them wondering why they should continue to do so. Although 3 out of 4 players didn't understand the purpose of the item, it didn't prevent them from playing the game. However, they were persistently confused about certain elements such as stars throughout their entire gameplay. We believe that the likely cause of this issue was the lack of clear descriptions of each element. Thus, we recommend providing clear descriptions indicating the purpose of each element in the instructions of the game.
In this example, we have one of our participants unable to reach the higher platform as they were unaware of the aerial boost ability, which is documented on a control manual located externally from the game's actual interface. They felt the game did not provide clear direction, saying, "I'm not sure, maybe I need to find some superpower to reach that high." As a result, our participants did not have a seamless player experience, resulting in them halting their gameplay to refer to the external manual, with one participant being completely unaware of the manual itself, feeling stuck and desiring helpful aids provided by the game. All 4 of our participants encountered issues that led to a desire of implementing timely learning, and we've assigned this a serious priority because while it impacted the way participants experienced the game, these specific issues did not stop them from finishing their run-through, and they do not take away from the objective overall purpose of the game. For fixing, we would recommend implementing in-game manuals, introductory tutorials, or short explanations each time a new element or feature is introduced into the game. Our remaining issues were GUI 3, where UI is accessible, usable, and customizable, and Learn 1, learn by doing without punishment, and we decided that these issues were a lower priority. Thank you for listening.